13,897. That's the official number of people who have vanished from the Home Office's radar. These are asylum seekers who came to Britain for safety, only to disappear into a system that lost track of them. This isn't just a bureaucratic error, it's a moral and political disaster. The government, obsessed with control, has instead revealed its own incompetence. How can a state claim sovereignty when it can't account for nearly 14,000 people it's legally responsible for? The system isn't just creaking, it's shattered, leaving thousands in limbo. Imagine an entire town, gone from official records. These are real people, not statistics, now lost in the shadows. The Home Office, already infamous for scandals, has presided over a vanishing act on an industrial scale. Years of austerity and hostile policies have hollowed out public services, turning people into problems to be managed, not helped. This number is now a symbol of government failure, fueling public distrust and international embarrassment. It's a chilling message. Britain, once a model of stability, now appears dangerously inept. 13,897, etched into history as a mark of ultimate failure. Who are these missing people? Mostly asylum seekers, desperate enough to cross the channel in small boats. They were supposed to be registered, housed and monitored while their claims were processed. The government's duty was clear: provide safety, process claims and keep track. But the system buckled under a massive backlog and chronic mismanagement. Asylum seekers were scattered in hotels, moved without notice, and expected to report regularly, often through a maze of bureaucracy. Lost paperwork, missed appointments, and overwhelmed staff made chaos the norm. For many, navigating this system was impossible, especially with language barriers and trauma. Now these people live in limbo, outside support, vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. They're hidden, not gone, forced into the shadows by a state that abandoned its responsibility. This isn't just a data loss. It's a humanitarian crisis created by government neglect. The cost is measured in lives, not just numbers. The government's response: deflection and denial. Ministers talk of robust procedures and blame the missing for disengaging, ignoring their own system's collapse. Critics, including former officials and lawyers, describe a Home Office in perpetual crisis, with a backlog that leaves people waiting years. Some asylum seekers give up hope, forced into the shadows by endless delays and fear of deportation. Government supporters blame the individuals, but this ignores years of warnings about a system at breaking point. Charities and frontline workers see the truth. People lost not by choice, but by despair. The government spins, but the reality is clear. A system failing those it's meant to protect. When the state fails, it blames the victim. The backlash has been fierce. Opposition parties call it a scandal of epic proportions, questioning not just competence but honesty. The public is angry. Billions spent on a system that's lost control. For some, it's about wasted money. For others, it's fear, stoked by right-wing media. The government's failure has fractured public trust and poisoned debate. Billions have been spent on hotel accommodation, yet thousands are unaccounted for. The waste is staggering, adding fuel to public outrage. This isn't just about inefficiency, it's about a government that can't deliver on its core promises. The breach of trust is profound, eroding faith in political institutions. Immigration was the government's chosen battlefield, and it's lost control. The damage goes far beyond numbers. It's about broken promises and lost confidence. Experts have warned for years this crisis was coming. The asylum backlog, staff cuts, and reliance on hotels were all red flags. The disappearance of nearly 14,000 people is the result of long-term decay, not a sudden shock. The Home Office prioritized hostile rhetoric over basic competence. Security analysts warn most missing are vulnerable, but some could pose risks, creating a dangerous blind spot. Former border chiefs say a functioning state must know who's inside its borders. This failure opens doors to crime and undermines public trust in asylum. The chaos makes it easier for politicians to push harsher, unworkable policies. Other countries have managed similar pressures. This is a crisis of governance, not numbers. The government was warned, it didn't listen. The government's answer: another emergency review, more promises of accountability. But the public is tired of inquiries that change nothing. Ministers blame unprecedented numbers, but the backlog began long before the recent surge. This is a self-inflicted wound, not an external crisis. The disappearance of nearly 14,000 people is a national reckoning. It forces us to ask, what kind of country do we want to be? One that honors its obligations, or one that hides behind slogans? This is a crisis of trust, not just policy. The missing are a symbol of broken politics and broken systems. Finding them is a moral imperative, but rebuilding trust will be the real test for Britain's future.